Hey friends. Okay, so we were looking at our book and we are studying some of the words. It's really important that we know our words that allows us to be able to write about our emotions and our happiness and how we can make ourselves happy and how we can make others happy. And what we were talking about with our words is the sounds. So every word you sound it out and you're sounding out the sounds. Not necessarily the letters, but the sounds. In your spelling words, each word has a certain number of sounds and you are counting the sounds. There's always a beginning sound, and there's an end sound. And then there's either one middle sound, or there might be two middle sounds, or many middle sounds, but there's one beginning and one end. So you are going to get out your Disney workbook, and you're going to turn to page 12. And we're going to do page 12 and 13. So basically on these workbook pages, let's talk about 12 first, is it saying there's missing letters. So the page gives us these words and it says, can you figure out which letter is missing? So the line is in the beginning of each word. So that means that it's the beginning sound that's missing. So each word is missing its beginning sound. Here's the letters. We have L, H, M, and R. So I want you to try to think about which letter goes in front of which line. So for example, I can see here this is missing its beginning sound, but it says ainbow. So I can try to put maybe an L, maybe the L. So if I put the L here, it says lanebow, lanebow. Okay, well I know lanebow is not a real word, so let's try the next letter. What about the H? So now I know the H, if it was in the beginning, it would make so now it says hainbow. Hainbow is not a word either. So what about mainbow or rainbow? Okay, rainbow. So now I know that the beginning sound is r. So I go ahead and wrote the R there. R, rainbow. And then I'm going to go to my R and cross it out because I already used R. So I want you to try to do the other three words. I'll give you a hint. The words are what's happening in the story. So if you know the movie Finding Nemo. And then down here, the directions say, down here, sorry friends, I gotta get my document camera. Down here, the directions say, read each word out loud. Listen to the sound of the first letter. So now let's go over to page 13. This is the same concept. Here's the story about Dory. And here's a word, but it's missing its first sound. So try to guess and test. So here I say Dory, Dory. If I put the H here, it would say Dory hooses. Not whooses. What about L? Ooh, Dory loses. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, Dory loses. So I'm going to put the L there. Dory loses. And I'm going to cross out the L. Dory loses. So you go read the rest of the Dory story and try to put the words in the right spot. And remember, once you put the letter in front of the word, go ahead and try to sound that word out. If that's a real word, then that's the correct word. If that word doesn't make any sense, then that's not the correct word. And then the directions here say, read each sentence out loud. Listen to the letter sounds. Remember, we're talking about sounds. Write your own sentence about Dory. So you can use the words in the story, or maybe you can use your spelling words, or maybe you can use any word. Maybe you can write about Dory growing her own happiness, or what Dory does to make herself happy. If you know the movie Finding Nemo, I want you to talk about, maybe your sentence can be, when was Dory feeling like she had a brain cloud? How does Dory make herself happy? If you don't know the movie, that's okay. You can just pretend like Dory is just a girl and you're just writing about her. She is a fish, though. Okay, again, if you need the directions, again, just watch the video over again.